Advice for retirement age executives and leaders. I've worked with a lot of people about my age who are facing kind of that career transition. What am I going to do now? Let me give you some real good advice. Advice number one, playing crappy golf with old men at the country club while eating chicken salad sandwiches and discussing gallbladder surgery may not be quite as romantic and exciting as it sounds. See, when you're working hard all the time, you think, oh, I'd really love to have some time off and just play golf and hang out. I'm going to warn you, it gets old. How about that cruise ship? After about that 9th cruise, those cruise director jokes, they start getting a little old. Well, what have I learned? You need to do what's going to make you happy, and you need to do something that is meaningful for you, and you need to make sure that you do both. If you just try to amuse yourself, you start driving everyone crazy. One of the great generals I had the privilege to listen to, he talked about his retirement. And he said, you know, his wife said she wanted him to stay home. Well, that's another thing, especially for the men there. Your wife doesn't love you that much. His wife said she wanted him to stay home. He said he made it about 3 months. He was in the kitchen alphabetizing the cans. So he looks at his wife and goes, baked beans, should that be B-A for baked or perhaps B-E for bean? His wife said, get out. She said, this is not the Army. You're not my general. I told you I love you. Don't love you that much. Get out. Your husband or wife, they don't want to see you 24/7, especially if you're a retired executive used to bossing people around. Next is what I call the Torture My Adult Children Tour. You know all those adult children you've been waiting to hang around with? Maybe not such a good idea to bother them all the time either. One of the wonderful executives I worked with, she decided she was going to retire. And she had 3 daughters, and one of her daughters was in Denver, and she's a medical doctor. So she calls her daughter, and she says to her daughter, she says, oh, Mommy, going to retire. Oh, this is wonderful. I don't come visit you in Denver. Well, I think I want to stay for about a month. Daughter goes, Well, I'll stay in a hotel, don't worry. She calls her other daughter, Finally, her 3 daughters got together and did something to do with drug addicts called an intervention meeting. They flew to her home in Connecticut and said, Mommy, we love you. Oh, you're such a great leader. And other women should be inspired to work with you. Mommy, we think it would be tragic if you retired, as much as we'd love to have you hang around her. Finally, she just said, oh, I get the point. Well, our adult kids really don't want to see us that much. One final story. One CEO is at my house talking about life, and he retired for a while, and he said he walked down the stairs one morning, and his wife was there, and she said, time to go to the office. I said, I don't have an office, I'm retired. She said, no, you're wrong. So you have an office now. It's a nice office. I picked it out, and here's the keys, and here's a map. And you have a secretary, and it's not me. So you're going to go to your nice office now and meet your secretary. So he said, well, what am I going to do? She said, I really don't care. You're not going to do it in this house, and not going to involve me. And then she said, and by the way, I'll see you at 5. And then she thought about it and said, no, let's make it 6. Let's make it 6. Now, learning point for people listening to me right now, getting close to that retirement age, getting ready for that next transition, find something important to do. Find something that's meaningful for you. Find something that's going to make you happy. And don't delude yourself into believing that you're just going to amuse yourself for the rest of your life, because it doesn't work.